the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Professor Peter Chumesi, Chief Office of the from the Office of Chief Rehman Sheikh Ameriyawu Shaibu. Ameriyawu Shaibu, forgive me. Reverend Dr. Ninoy Odonko, Clerk of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church. Numo Belifoy III, Osu Belifoy III, Osu Goi Bulomo. Once again, forgive me if I butchered your name. It wasn't intentional. Forgive. Representatives from Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra House of Folk, Mr. Nanayao and Mr. Hesse. Members of the media, I stand here today representing Mr. Simon Okraku, the president of the GFA and the EXCO, as well as the whole infrastructure of the Ghana Football Association, to commemorate with you on the 20th anniversary on the May 9th, 2001 disaster. I remember vividly that day where I was. I had just arrived in the country and I was in traffic going home when the news broke on the radio as to this sad event. And I still remember vividly how the whole country came together on this sad day. I think looking forward 20 years and looking at what happened and where we are going as the sports fraternity, I look back and I see some of the massive improvements that the government has made over the years in terms of the provision of world-class sports infrastructure in terms of the stadia, accessibility into the stadium, out of the stadium, the provision of ambulances, the training of capable health staff who can assist, like we saw this morning, in an event of such disaster. I also look at the setup in terms of the trust fund the government put together. And this morning I was speaking to Mr. Christopher Annan, who happens to be the administrator of this trust fund. And he was talking to us this morning with the minister, and he informed us that out of the 148 kids that they were supposed to be taking care of, almost all of them, in terms of their mandate, some of them have graduated into the universities, some are still in the senior high school, and actually some have become even doctors. So I think this is very commendable. And we should thank the government for having the foresight to put such a scheme in place to assist those who are left behind. My heart is warmed by some of these positive things that we continue to do today. From the GFA perspective, we continue to improve the quality of the brand of football since we came in. We continue to put in place structures that will help minimize and also educate people about the essence of the game. Football is a game of love, not hooliganism. Football brings people together. And my heart hurts, GFA, our heart hurts, in sense of when we see hooliganism, we see people throwing projectiles at spectators, at match officials, insulting, intimidation in games. This should stop. The theme of today is that never again. These activities are what leads led to what happened in May 9, 2001. And it's our fervent hope that all spectators, all sports-loving individuals have that in mind when they go to any sports event. Another thing that I also want to point out is, of all the progress we've made to date, we still need to think of continue to improve the quality of the football brand going forward. For example, we have to look at our police, our security um, agencies, and also ensure that they are trained to manage sports events. The engagement of spectators in a closed environment and managing that security is completely different from managing protests in an outside environment. And our police force or our security forces must be made aware of that. Or we should continue to improve, just like we continue to improve our health institutions, as well as the delivery of health services at the stadia. We should also continue to improve the security in the stadium itself in terms of ensuring that we have adequate cameras and trained stewards to ensure that in a major event, let's say Hearts play Kotoko tomorrow, we will have these institutions in place and engagement in place to ensure that the command and control centers of security in these stadia are fully aware, are trained at the highest level to ensure nothing of this happens in the future. On that note, I would like to thank um, my sport fraternity, the Hearts and Kotoko fans, to always comport themselves, to always enjoy, everyone else to enjoy the game of football as it is supposed to be. And I wish the bereaved families well, and we continue to pray for them. And may the souls of the departed also rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you.